my god. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, guys. It's episode 10 of Comics, etc.
Alright, hey! Welcome to our next episode. It's gonna be an awesome one because it's the 10th one. It's like 2 5s.
10. X-Men style. The X is the 10.
I'd go 10.
Oh,
because then you got the X,
right.
Roman numeral,
you got the
and
full
the fingers.
thing going.
But then that'd be 20. As you can tell, we're going to be very productive today. We do have a new segment for you that Mr. Guy is going to tell you about.
Boom! Boom! So we're going to do our regular reviews, and then, for you, we are going to do...
touching moments in comic history.
I was actually thinking exactly that. Like, no joke. Touching moments in comic history, where we, the SMR crew, reenact the beautiful, timeless moments that our comics have produced today. But before that, it'll be the regular fare, which you've gotten used to. Us, the comics, you, this beautiful thing I like to call love. Hey-o! My first review today, The Multiversity! Grant Morrison's new series. It's so good! We're finally seeing the branching out of the multiverse, which Grant Morrison had already hinted a little bit at on his Action Comics run, where we saw President Superman, who we get to see again here, as well as a bunch of other fantastic characters. Analogs from Image, analogs from Marvel. Grant Morrison is just reaching out to the farthest ends of DC's universe to build this story. One of the things they are known for is their stupidly epic crossover events. Infinite Crisis, War on Multiple Earths, Final Crisis, Flashpoint, all of these things. You get all of the great stuff that makes DC's cosmic territory so fantastic. Grant Morrison brings it. I mean, it was a really great introduction. The only reason I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 is because it was mostly set up, introducing us to the characters. I absolutely loved it. 9 out of 10. Pick it up. Pick it up.
First on my list is my main girl, Storm. Okay, I've been talking about Storm a lot since the last issue last month. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. This one, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Alright, so as you can tell by the cover of it, Storm fights Calypso. That's this lady that looks kind of mannish.
So Storm, we meet again, here, in the sewers. We once had like a fire or something.
Do you know what you get when you electrocute a Morlock?
Bad writing.
It was rhetorical.
I'm still a bitch.
Pretty much, in this issue, she goes looking for people, she finds Calypso, they fight, hilarity ensues. Overall, I really like this issue. My only flaw that I can pull out is the fact that everyone's face is very detailed. Now, it's not even that big of a flaw, but it's like, looking at them, it's just like, I can find like little tiny details. I'm like, eh. But the thing is, an artist that can detail someone's face that well is a good artist. So, Storm, issue 2, gets a 8 out of 10.
Batman and Robin, number 34. I'll keep it short to the point. It was good. 8 out of 10. Next. I love this version of Batman. I love the Batman that's got a son, loves his son. Finally seeing him with his own flesh and blood, seeing the depths he's willing to go for this. He's willing to travel to Apocalypse by himself. That's Darkseid's backyard. By himself. Pretty ballsy. But either way, we get to see him sort of amend his relationship with a lot of Bat Family, because after the whole Death of the Family Joker arc, everyone's a little hesitant to trust him. And oddly enough, I thought was really nice, was we saw a little bit of friendly interaction between Batman and Lex Luthor. Like, Lex Luthor's been so antagonistic to Batman in this whole trying to get out of the league thing. But here, he supports him. He's like, I understand. It's your son. Thumbs up. Go do your thing. I really can't express all of my excitement in this just with my words. We're going to do a most touching moments in comic history for this issue. And here it is, boom. Thank you, children, for coming down to the Batcave. Tim Drake, my boy, Red Robin.
Bruce, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
The daughter of my greatest ally, Jim Gordon, Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. And that little shit who stole the hubcaps off the Batmobile and got the shit kicked out of him by the Joker. What's your name? Hood. Red Hood.
What am I doing here?
I didn't even finish your name, Jason Todd. I made some mistakes, and I need to apologize. So come in, give me a hug.
No.
But Bruce, we don't do hugs. We don't do hugs, Bruce.
I'm the knight. Wasn't that magical? I think it was magical. Either way, 8 out of 10. Read it. Read it.
So for my next one, I'm going to be talking about a series that I am super pumped on. The Wicked and Divine. I really like this series. But I'm going to forewarn you right now, you may not like what I have to say about today. I love all of these characters, their looks, the ideas behind them. They're fantastic. I love them. The thing I have an issue with in this issue, the opening part where there's actually a fight between two gods, you're like, whoa, this is awesome! And they just start throwing profanities and vulgarities at each other. They use profanities all the time, they use vulgarities all the time. But this one, it just seemed frivolous. Like, each time they've used profanity in the past, it always had weight to it. There was a purpose. Like, they were either really gutting for that, like, here's that jab straight in your side, like, or it was, like, kind of just, like, eloquently, you're like, okay. This one, it's just kind of like two kids who discovered how to use the F word very efficiently. I think one of my favorite lines, and we will be censoring this one because I have to say it, one of the gods pretty much straight up says, like, you're cocky or some shit, and then, my crows will f your eyes out, or something like that. I'm like, what? And this issue, technically, did not go anywhere. This one, literally, it's all like, oh, we got to, oh, they didn't do it. And then we have an entire segment that's like, oh, well, they didn't do it. Well, they didn't do it. And that's pretty much what this issue was. They didn't do it. Not a whodunit. They didn't do it. Because I love this series so much, I'm so disappointed at how this happened. Issue 3 gets a 5 out of 10. Because I know they can do better.
You thought the stakes were raised. Well, the stakes are really raised now. In issue 23, New Avengers. Jonathan Hickman has been putting these characters through the ringer. But when it came down to it, nobody was willing to destroy that world except for Namor. And now the rest of them, another incursion is coming, and they decide, we're a bunch of pansies, we can't do it, we're just not going to tell anyone, and we're going to wait out the rest of our however many hours, and let the other world crash into ours and destroy us. They gave up like a bunch of chumps. A bunch of chumps. And throughout the whole issue, we see the regret, the trauma from what they've done, but then something happens. And they're all trying to figure out what it is. And naturally, Namor, who stepped up to the plate in the last issue, steps up once again in a phenomenal way. Namor is literally willing to enlist the help of anyone or anything to keep his planet safe. And that's why Namor is a badass. It's great. If you haven't been reading New Avengers by Hickman, just what? I mean, do it. Especially for this upcoming arc. The introduction of the Cabal, we've been seeing pictures of them on the New Avengers where it says, time runs out. Well, this is the group that's going to be challenging them, apparently. It looks great. 9 out of 10. I got chills. And they're multiplying.
For my last review, we're going to talk about Supergirl. Supergirl is a issue I've been picking up the trades for until I got to, Red Daughter of Krypton? Pretty much, she's back on Earth, she's taking care of stuff that, like, Superman would normally do, and everything's infected with kryptonite. It pretty much gives you a overview of what's been happening in all the other verse, like, in the entire story of Superman Doomed. Catches me up, I'm super pumped about that. Yay! Also, we get a romantic interest for Kara, which is fun, because, I mean, her last romantic interest was Hell, and Guy is quite right in the I'm liking it. The art I think is a little bit better, along with the writing, but I think it's just because it's a change of atmosphere. Because I don't think the writing and art was that great for the Red Daughter arc, because it had to do so much with, like, the Red Lantern Corps. It just felt very cliche. But she's on Earth, it's fun, I like it. This one gets a 7 out of 10 for me.
We're going to the New 52! The new, what? Are you holding up yours too?
I got one too!
Oh!
Actually,
New 52 too! New 52, Future's End.
If-
What can we say?
Do we want to do what we did last time, where we actually talk about things we like about this?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, I really, as much as I made fun of it, I really liked the first couple of pages with the hyper-Americanism.
Yes!
I was in the war, brother.
Yeah, that's all I got. I was in the war, you were in the war, but you don't stoop down to these levels. I can help you, let me help you. American flag! Stormguard, who I believe is actually the future version of Ghost Soldier, I thought it was a nice little part. A little cheesy, but it was a nice change of pace. It was like, hey, you know, not everybody in this world sucks. Some people still got your back. I like that.
This issue, I have a huge issue with. It's 50 Sue. Every single issue she's been getting on my nerves, and she's just tedious to deal with, and I don't like her as anything, and she just needs to stop existing.
Yeah, no, she's awful. There's a fine line between writing a childlike character who behaves like a child and does a bunch of child nonsense, and writing 50 Sue, who is just this awful garbage bag of a human being. I don't understand why we're forced to see so much of her, and I'm going to be really disappointed if she ends up actually playing a really big part in any of the events happening.
Yeah. I have another thing. In the last issue, Superman and Lois Lane totally have a conversation. In this issue, we have yet another, like, Superman tries to stop Rampage moment. Except, Lois Lane, like, rolls up, she's like, what? Could it be? Oh, it's him! Superman! Okay, Lois Lane's supposed to be one of the most intelligent people on this entire universe. Like, in the DC-verse, she may not be, like, a hyper-level intellect, but she's a wise person. She catches on fast.
Like a high enough intelligence right now where she's suppressing Brainiac in her mind in the current DC universe in the Superman Doom Dark. Like, that requires a pretty high level of intelligence.
Yeah. Also, I want to address the fact that every single time they've announced Superman in this series, it's gone into, like, the Superman font. Like, on the cover of Superman, it says Superman. Yeah, it's like, Superman!
Oh, yes, finally, the reveal. The first one is Mr. Terrific is working with some variation, at least they make it seem like, some variation of the Brainiac virus thing.
Yeah.
Not something he created. That was kind of a nice little twist.
I liked it.
Was not expecting, I was entirely sure it was some sort of, like, sentient program he had created.
I thought it was going to, like, turn on him eventually, but this, I didn't expect it, so I liked that.
Right. But then there was the end twist where basically everything we've been telling you for weeks now, it's Brainiac. It's Brainiac.
I knew completely. It was.
And what's worse is they used it as the cliffhanger for this week. The last page was, we are Brainiac. Oh.
Overall, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. Because it is a step down from the last issue, and even though we have a lot of things we pick out of it, they were like, it's still not bad. I mean, it's not great. Nor is it good. It's like the lower end of okay.
Yeah. That was the 10th episode. Tell everybody you know, cause we're gonna come back with even more and a new musical score. Hey! So, thank you for watching our 10th episode. We're really excited about it.
Alright, if you haven't already, please leave us a comment saying if we could do anything for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, mow your lawn.
Small favors. Well, but yeah, no, and keep, sending us your requests. Send us your questions. Send us your concerns. Send me another heartfelt message. And be expecting to see the fruits of that labor. Because this upcoming week, we're going to be responding to a fan suggestion. That's right, a fan suggestion. You could be that very special fan.
You could be the next great fan!
Wow!
Alright, as always, remember who you are and what you are.
Don't go causing any trouble out there in that crazy world.
And guess what? This is Robin. He's still dead!
not Susan, it's Susan.
Once you become a real hero, there's only one thing left for you. And it rhymes with death.
Totally started off with a refinery and an assembler, which are two very necessary objects for building things, but I didn't think that was fun, so they're gone.